Right, I'm back. Gonna be honest, guys. I don't know how long this is gonna stay live for. We are live. It seems to be working at the moment. So into Q1 we go. Sorry, just keeping on what's going on with Discord. Yeah, so back up and running. Hopefully people are finding their way to me. Apologies about the trouble at the start. It's just, I've just been informed by monkeys that there's been trouble with there's been trouble with Twitch all day today. Apparently, I didn't know this. I wasn't aware of this. So hopefully we'll be okay. As I get a message from Bolton, apparently. Hello, Bolton. Oh, he's just messaged me to say it's Bolton. By the way, I think that's because I said earlier on it's. I don't know if it's Bolton or Boylton. Thank you, Bolton. There we go. I believe you guys got an ad coming in. It's only a 1 minute ad, so I will allow that to run. I'm not going to snooze that. I'll see you in a moment. So, for you guys that are obviously subscribers, then you'll still be able to hear me. So, we got Lego Lamb out on track. He was first out. There was a Red Bull that's just come out the pits, and that is Bowden. So Lego Lamb up first for the evening. Bowden will be second. We'll be next. We'll be next. So what can we say about Canada? A really difficult circuit, high speed, but well, it's chicane galore, isn't it? It's 4 chicanes around this actually very short lap, so it's only a well pole tonight. I'm expecting a low 109, so it is a very short lap. Bowden has gone through ahead of the Aston, so sorry, Lego Lamb, but we'll switch to Bowden then. Who's going to be doing the first lap? So welcome back to everybody else, and we will. Evening, Mark. Welcome to the best track on the game. Oh yes, of course, the worst track ever in Formula One history. Anyway, Bowden across the line to start the first lap. Oh, he's managed to invalidate. That was a quick invalidation. Back to Lego Lamb. Here he comes onto the lap. I only assume that Bowden must have invalidated this lap and next lap sort of thing, coming out the chicane. Trying to get a good run. Very easy to do. There you are. Glitch says worst track as well. Is that why you haven't practiced Glitch? Because you don't like it? Or just because you haven't had time? Lego Lamb. So a good start by the looks of things. Really windy first sector. Straightens out a little bit in the second sector. Much different. It's, chicanes involved. 2 chicanes just in the second sector alone, which completes just before the hairpin, and the final sector then the hairpin, the long straight, which is obviously where we're going to see the vast majority of overtakes through the race. And just then the final chicane, where the Wall of Champions on the outside of the exit. Here comes Lego Lamb, manages to keep the lap good. There's an Alpine behind us, but Lego Lamb starts us off with 1:11.954. Brannan immediately beats that with a 1:11.109. However, it is full qualifying for this first session is about getting through 1:10.6 from Carsey. That's going to come down somewhat before the end, I promise you that. Can't find that next one. Here is Mamo. That next one was Mackenzie, who's done a 1:11.7. Mamo 1:11.9. Quick, fast and furious at the moment. Somebody else just crossed the line. Corey, I think that was 1:14.0. Obviously not a proper representative time for Corey, that one. 1:11.2 from Oz is a good start for him for the evening. Maybe a few more across the line, but here is Oz's teammate, which is Danny. Oh no, he's on an out lap to get that one. Darren P has invalidated his first ever lap. Bolton's on an out lap. Bowden coming back round. A few more across the line. Also, James not getting a proper representative time on the board. 1:14.8 at the moment. Whale 1:11.5. Here comes Bowden, who starts his evening with a 1:11.3. Moomin just ahead of him, 1:11.3 as well. Find that Ferrari maybe. Well, that's Carsey coming back round to pit. So, who else we got then? So, here's Danny. There's Carsey straight retires from the session. Right on 1:10.6, which I think is a very average time. So, I don't think he's going to be at risk, if I'm honest. I'm surprised he's done that, though, with so many drivers. Well, not so many, but with 4 drivers on track that we know nothing about, quite honestly, because they have come in and they're doing their first races, their debut races in the league. So, I'm surprised he's done that. Oh, no, Taylor! You haven't. You've picked the wrong setup. Oh, dear. Danny goes into P1 on a 1:10.2, eclipsing Carsey's lap. What's going on there? 1:16.7 for Darren. Bolton 1:16.4. Still lots going on. Glitch is just starting a lap, so we'll stick with him. Not sure what's going on there. Darren and Bolton, I think, got a little bit tangled. But no harm done. I think they were both going to be coming back round and going out again in a way at some point, so I don't think there's any real harm done on that. Maybe a little frustrating for Darren, because I think he's only done a 16.7, so I've got a feeling he might have been going on to another hot lap, but as I say, no real harm done, because they'll both be coming out again. Going to be slowed down the straight. Oh dear. It's a high downforce setup. I think the downforce around here, Taylor, is normally sort of high 20s, low 30s area. So yeah, if you're on the high downforce setup and you're in the 40s or something, then yeah, you might struggle. So here comes Glitch to complete his first flying lap of the evening. 1:12.5, puts in P14 for the moment. Don't know what happened to Darth Timms as to why he's actually retired. Oh, Darren having a little spin around. As Bowden retires out on a 1:11.3. That's very brave, in my opinion. I think he will be okay, by the way, but I do think that's brave. Darth Timms, not sure what's happened to Darth, but his teammate as well for the evening, Dart Mark, the only one left to set a lap at the moment. Ozers retires, Danny retires. I think Danny, we could say, is definitely safe. I think Ozers is on a 1:11.2 as well. I think Bowden probably will be on a 1:11.3. I don't think there's too much to worry about here. Have we got anybody else actually on a lap? Lego Lamb is invalidated. Is he heading straight on into the pits? He is indeed. Mackenzie, who we know from the chat has put on a wrong setup. Oh, Glitch, sorry. I've had plenty of time. I just don't enjoy the game enough to spend any time outside of league races on it. Oh no, glitch! That breaks my heart. The track that legend Jenson Button is probably his best ever race in his career. That's very true. I did love Jenson. Very you describe Jenson. He's very down to earth. I don't think he didn't seem like he sort of let things go to his head. To me, which I like a lot of them do. Down back to the pits. So I think Mackenzie's coming around to start another lap. Nobody else on a hot lap at the moment, so. Also, Forza Motorsport is keeping me occupied at the moment. That is glitch. I cannot begin to tell you how disappointed in that statement I am. Forza is a horrendous game compared to F1. Well, no, well, you don't compare it to F1, in fact. It's just a horrendous game. I literally tried it. I played it for about an hour and a half and went, this is terrible, and put it down again. Whatever floats your boat, though, I guess. Innit? Taylor, half a second up through the second sector. It's putting him towards a sort of 1:11.2, which is where Roses is retired. Roses is another driver I know who's got a lot more in him. His time trial last I looked was a 1:10.3. One thing about doing the time trial challenge I've done for the comms on the lead up to this race this week is that it means I tend to have noticed what most people's time trials are. So I know what to sort of expect from them. Mackenzie then crossed the line. P3, 1 minute 10.9, which is a pretty decent lap considering he's putting the wrong setup on. So I'm assuming, when he says he's put the wrong setup on, I'm assuming he's loaded a wrong setup. And so, high downforce, maybe Monaco. Maybe he's put Monaco on. I don't know. So, there we go. This is Moomin, by the way, who's nearly 4 attempts up, so heading comfortably into the 110s. Cut off at the moment, which is what we're going to be looking at as the session goes on. Corey in P16 on a 1 minute 12.8. He's got a lot more in him than that, so I don't suspect he'll have any real issues getting through come the end of the session. Here comes Moomin then. Does he make the 110s? Yes, he does easily. 1 minute 10.6 goes P3. That's more like the Moomin we've been seeing of late in recent league races. Whale is out there as well. Currently on a 1:11.1, so I'm not sure that he... Unless he's just done that, I don't know. Let's just keep an eye through sector 2 at second. Yeah, he's 4 seconds down. I think he's just done that. I think that will be comfortably through for him. Mamo clearly not on a lap. That's Moomin coming up behind him. Corey has improved then from P16 to P12 on a 1:11.8. Could be a squeaky bum time for him on that time. Monkey's currently sat in P16. He's nowhere near that sort of area normally. Much higher up the grid normally, so stick with him. Got to remember, it's got to be up there as one of the easiest tracks to invalidate, by the way, here. So as Mackenzie retires, feels comfortable on the 1:10.9. I think he's every right to be as well. But yeah, you got to remember, it's one of the easiest tracks to invalidate your laps. So there was one track on the calendar that I had to pick and say, do not leave it till the last minute in qualifying to come out. This would be the one, I think, that I'd pick ahead of all others. There's several of them, but this would be the one I'd pick above them. Williams giving a lovely toe down the back straight for Monkeys as well as he heads into pits. Oh, okay. Thanks, Monkeys. That was lovely. Darren P out there again. He's invalidated this run. Dark Mark up to P7 now for McLaren. We're 11.2. I think James is just heading for the line, actually. Oh, but he's not on a proper lap, so it should mean he's going on to a lap. Let's do the hilly hot lap with James then. So, hang the car over to the right, gear down to third or fourth for turn 1. Then just hang on, and then get on the power, open up the steering, get on the power. Under the bridge, keep the car to the left, ready for this blind right-left chicane. Must get on the power early and carry it all the way through. Keep the power through the right-hander, no need to lift or anything like that for that one. And then into the left-right chicane. Always important to get on the power on the exit, but be careful, it is slippery. DRS down now to the next chicane of the lap, right-left this time. Green flag flashing, means something's happened somewhere, but we are okay to continue the lap. Now down to the hairpin, and James actually threw that in third, in fact. And open the steering, get on the power as quick as you can, DRS open all the way down the straight. Head down to the final corner or into the pits if you're James. Can't believe he's just done that on a hilly hot lap. How dare he do that on a hilly hot lap? That's the demerit. In fact, he's one of the ones that was going to get a prize for beating the comms guy. I don't know if I'm going to give him that prize anymore. So just for doing that on a hilly hot lap. There go Lamb. High downforce good in qualifying. Yeah. Should be raining now. Okay, so we're expecting that. Well, it does look pretty dark and dingy, doesn't it, actually? Now you mention it. Can't see any raindrops just yet. Sometimes it's easier to see on broadcast cam. So this could be people's last chances. I didn't see the split, but actually Bolton's the one in P16. He's invalidated his run, so that could hurt him. Darren has retired out since last saw him, and here comes Lego Lamb then. Can he improve? Yes, he can. 3 tenths, which moves him into P13. And currently glitch on the precipice, but Bolton. Here he goes then. Eli retires from the session. P10. Just lowered him. You expect to see him, but as I say, on the other hand, it's only about getting through. As long as you do that, it doesn't really matter. It does look really dark. I'm surprised we're not seeing raindrops. It doesn't always mean it's not raining. Sometimes it's just very, very fine. So the drivers will definitely know that it's raining, but you can't always catch it on the camera that easily. I do not belong anywhere near Q2 around here. We're about to find out if you're going to get there. Bolton is... Oh, he's going to invalidate it, and that's going to invalidate the next lap as well. Get off the straight in, left-right movements there. But, oh, don't do that though, Bolton. Just drive around, retire in the pits. Again, don't retire on track, dude. Oh well. New driver. I'll tell him not to do it again. You know. So, here's the one though, glitch. This is the one. Monkeys. Really tentative through the final chicane. Is that going to hurt him? It is. He's not through. Monkeys is out. Obviously, the new guys that are out, we don't really know what to expect from those guys, so I'm not sure if they're surprises or not at this point. But Monkeys is a big surprise to go out Q1. Well, congratulations, Glitch. You got it. Do not belong anywhere near Q2, but you are in Q2. So you've had a bit of practice now, so you should be able to do a stunning lap. In all fairness, 8 attempts would put you up to P5, where Brandon is on debut. So well done to Brandon through to Q2. Comfortably as well. But, yes, it's very tight. P5 down to P15. 11 drivers there covered by 8 attempts. And Bolton in the end only being eliminated by half a tenth in the end. We'll never know. We'll never know if he would have got through or not. But if he never invalidated, I think it was going to be tight, but I'm not sure. Okay, guys, so there's the confirmation then. Eli getting through on the mediums. Hadn't realised that actually that his lap was mediums, but he still had a lot more time in him than that, even on the medium sides. But unlucky to Bolton, Monkeys, Darren P and Darth Timms. Not sure what happened there with Darth Timms, whether he just retired to start from the back or whether he had an incident. But there we go. Couldn't see any incidents at the top of the instant list there, so race director, so I think he must have retired to start from the back. Some people like to do that as we head into Q2 and the rain has started. It's going to be intermediate tyres, just to double check that. There you go, intermediate tyres. That makes this interesting. So, looks like Whale. Is it Whale? I think it's Whale. It is Whale. Whale is at first. Oh, glitch. Last time it was wet quality. I got into Q3. Right, well, here's the second time then. Can happen again. No, it ain't. Here we go. So let's go on board then for this first lap of the session as well. You can see the sort of effect it has when these conditions start. Always makes it interesting though, doesn't it? Do enjoy. Especially when it's changed like this, when they've just done some dry weather running, now they've got to adapt. Here he goes. Quite often in these conditions, drivers will fuel for multiple laps. He does have his ERS turned on, so he's going for a lap here. See, though, being pretty tentative, and I don't blame him. The only thing they got to be a bit careful of here is if the rain actually gets worse, they need to get a decent time on the board early that would hopefully see them through, just in case the rain gets harder. So far so good for the boss man. He heads down to the hairpin, running quite wide. Not unusual on the first run down to the hairpin to run wide on this sort of conditions. Get the braking point in future laps. down now to chicane. Oh, invalidated. So that will invalidate this lap and the next, which will give him enough time to earn his energy back. But a 1:19.2 across the line. I don't know if he backed out, but Carsey's just gone 1:18.5. Who else we got? Just coming out the final corner. Mamo heads to the line. 1:19.8 goes P2. Oh, that McLaren, I just missed him. 1:19.7 for Dartmark. This is Glitch on his first run. 1:20.7. 1:22.3 for James. 1:19.6 Mackenzie. Ozer's 1:20.6. And Eli a 1:19.6. Some of these early laps could be important. Lego Lamb nicely through the final corner. 1:20.4 for Lego Lamb, puts him in P6 for the moment. Oh, Danny just crossed it. No, he's invalidated, so that one won't count. So recharge the battery and go again. So, well, actually recovers to the pits. Here is Corey. Tends to like these conditions, does Corey? Might fancy his chances of a relatively high grid slot today. Someone's had a little moment of something at the hairpin. Might have actually just been, it looks like it's the Haas and Moomin. I think, not Moomin, sorry, Eli. I think it might have just been getting out somebody else's way, actually, to be fair. The car suddenly appears in front of us through the spray. Hopefully they'll stay right. They do indeed. That was actually his teammate, so a little bit of teammate work going on there. Doing a slipstream down the back straight. Through the final chicane, keeps the car to the right. Half a least resistance. An exact 1:20. 1:20.000. Goes P8 for the moment at least. Here is Danny, but he, of course, invalidated from the final chicane, so this lap will not count. Let's see if we can spot anybody improving. Quite often do multiple laps, so this is Eli. No, clearly not on the lap there. Oh, he's just clearly not on a lap. Kenzie clearly not on a lap. Mamo improving 6/10 up, so that would be a 1:19.2, which would be good enough for P2. James, by the way, has gone into P2 on a 1:19.3. Good out the final. You can just see a little bit of confidence coming in now. A little bit more aggressive. 8.5 tenth improvement in the end. P2 1:19.0. Carsey running away at the moment on a 1:18.1. Here is debutant Brannon. TQ2 Brannon. Does that mean he's a Torquay boy? Because that would be weird. Unless that's TQ. No, I think it's TQZ actually. Might be a 2, it might be a Z. I've got absolutely no idea. In all fairness, I think it's a Z. Into the right-left chicane in the second sector. Out he comes, opens up the steering, gets on the power. Always got to be a bit careful in these conditions while putting the power down. Mercedes ahead of us. That'll be Mamo, who keeps well to the right, out the way. Brannon. Down, back straight. The final chicane. He comes then, where can he go? It's a 1:19.7. That puts him in P8, just ahead of Dartmark by 1,000th of a second. Moomin, sorry, not Moomin, we've got Whale. So Moomin is out there actually, he's just behind us though, so stick with Whale for now. Can't go wrong with Whale, can you? So, really, chicane. Keeps it to the right, looks pretty decent. 1 minute 19.6, that puts him P8. Just ahead of, well, it was just ahead of Mackenzie, but he's just improved behind us on up to P7. Where is moving? Because he's behind us on track. 1:20.2 is only good enough for P13 at the moment. Seems to be struggling with the conditions maybe a little bit. Don't mark out the chicane at the end of the lap. Doesn't improve on that one. I think Glitch is just crossing the line to start a lap. Go down to the Brannon, not improving. James was 1,000th up. Is he going for the line? He is. How is that not invalidated? How has he gotten away with that one? I can't believe that they didn't invalidate. But it's improved by 1/4 of a second. 1:19.043. Puts him in P6 for the moment. I can't believe that didn't invalidate. Seems a lot more forgiving on the first part of that chicane. Moomin 6/10 up this time round. 1:19. Well, that would put him in P10 at the moment, unless he can gain some more time through the final sector. He is low on energy, but he should have enough just to get down and through the chicane. Not sure what we're at sector time wise. As Danny goes fastest, 1:18.0. And Carsey out in the world of their own at the moment. Moomin, 4/10 improvement. But oh no, he invalidated at the chicane. I didn't notice that. It would have only gained him 1 place though, ahead of Lego Lamb. But 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. So let's go back to Carsey then. This is into sector 2. See the spray flying off the car now. And down to the end of sector 2, 1/4 of a second down. Sorry, that's Danny, not Carsey. What am I talking about? So he's already seen a lap, hasn't he? Eli. You can see the split time, so I'm not sure how he's doing. Tell you what, let's have a look at the speed trap speed, because so these conditions, there's no DRS involved, so it will be down to what the car is doing. And it looks like, to me, Eli is top of the speed trap at the moment on 325 kilometers per hour. Glitch is second on 323. The lowest through the speed trap, interestingly, is Carsey. 313 kilometers per hour. So a 12 kilometer an hour difference between first and last through the speed trap. Let's go down. Oh, there's some slick tyres appearing. Sorry, that's a bit optimistic, isn't it? These Ozers, who I think's just started a lap. None of those guys that have switched to soft tyres are actually on track yet. Presumably they're going to leave it right to the last second and then come out. But I mean, look at the amount of spray that's coming off the back of Over's car here. Surely that's way too optimistic in my opinion. But I don't often get the weather change, you know, the tyre change in the weather right, so I usually act too soon. Let's see the split time there, unless I've got it down here. Yeah, well up at the moment. Ozer's going into the 118s currently. Here he comes, 118.7, puts in P5. So the track clearly getting better, but yeah, and I still don't think that sort of time just yet. Right, Corey is on an outlap. Interestingly, Carsey has come out on the softs, but Danny has come out on the intermediates. There is the potential for whoever gets this wrong out of the two sets of tyres to be in real trouble. Not improving at the moment, so we'll just move on. Right, let's have a little look then. In fact, no, let's go to Carsey, sorry, Corey, because he is actually on a hot lap now. With just over a minute to go in the session. So I think Corey might actually, yeah, he's not using any energy at the moment. It's more like a tester lap. Because he should, all things being well, he should make it back round again. There's Mackenzie heading for the line well up on his previous best. 1:17.2 goes fastest. The track is seriously improving. Bowden heads to the line. 1:17.291 goes fastest. Anybody else? Who's next? James on an outlap. He's on the soft tyre. Yeah, let's go to him. I think he's the first of the soft drivers. Oh, actually, no, Moomin. Moomin is the first of the soft drivers to start a lap, and he's a second up in sets of one. Now, that doesn't mean a lot to us right now, because that would put him on 1:19.2. We still need another 2 seconds across the lap to go fastest, so... Oh, he looks like he's struggling there through the right-left chicane in sector 2. Heading down to the end of sector 2 now. And sector 2, he improves by a further 4 tenths. It's clearly very tight between the tyres, but it looks to me like the Intus is still fastest. Well, Danny's just proved it. 1:16.0 from Danny on the intermediates. Roman manages not to invalidate, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Heads to the line, 1:17.4, it puts him P5, but there's going to be a lot of changes. Carsey is right on the back of another car. Is that going to hurt him? It's purple in sector 1, Carsey, by the way. This is obviously not ideal for him whatsoever. DRS is opened. Carsey heads to the line, 1:15.0. Oh, wow, did it matter? Why did it matter at what point you cross the line to start your lap? What a mixture we've got there. What an exciting qualifying. That was brilliant. Ramo gets through P8. We'll go through the full order in just a moment. Here we go. So the top 2 then were soft drivers, and they both crossed the line very late on. Right at the end of the session. They were 2 of the last ones. So... Carsey goes through fastest, 15.0, 15.9 for Eli P2. Danny, though, in third on the intermediates with a 1:16.0. Corey through in 4th. James 5th. Wales 6th. Look at all the admins bunching up together there. Mackenzie in 7th on the intermediate tyres. Mamo on the softs. Bowden, who did actually go fastest with his 1:17.2, only just goes through in P9. Ozers in P10. It's unlucky, and commiserations to Moomin, Darkmark, Brannan, Lego Lamb, and Glitch. Moomin, you didn't get it wrong. You just, unfortunately, I think you got out a bit too early. You really needed to be like last over the line, and then the softs worked. But you were one of the earliest guys to complete their final lap. So it's yeah, it's just unlucky, I think. There, unlucky straight up. What a qualifying we've had. Dry to wet to dry. So, the top 10 shootout, the pole position shootout. Who will take it? We would assume that it's probably between Carsey and Danny as the two favourites. Eli might be able to throw his hat in the ring, and maybe Bowden could spring a surprise. But what about Mamo? Mamo's usually up there, around there somewhere, making a nuisance of himself. So maybe he might be able to do something. So like he says, Taylor, bottle job with a century perhaps. No, not at all. So I think that was difficult for everyone, in all fairness. Right, let's get somebody who's out there. Eli looks like he's gone out first for the track, for the telly time. Sponsors. A bit of airtime. Come round. So, usually Q3 will consist of 2 runs from each driver. As you can see, it's very much dry now, so I don't think there's any sort of remnants. I don't think the first runs are going to be any slower, particularly. They should have 2 sets available each. I don't think there shouldn't be anybody needing to do their first run on old softs. Looks like there is, though. It looks like Corey, Taylor and Moomin are all using a used set. So they did need extra sets to get through Q1. Across the line then, Eli into turn 1. Let's go to Wally. Oh, that didn't invalidate. I thought that might have invalidated, but it seems to be okay. DRS open, heads down. To the right left chicane, and then out of there we head down to the end of sector 2. 41.940 through the second sector split. And see, sort of takes that line where he sort of goes out a little bit wide on the entry and then sort of cuts back in. May take different lines through there in quali and race, to be fair. I find in quali I like to use a sort of slingshot effect down the straight. You can do by going out wide and then coming back in. But 110.1 from Eli, very nice lap indeed, only 3/10 off of his time trial. Mackenzie 111.2 on his first run. There's a Red Bull, that was Bowden 110.7 into P2. No, this is Ozers, 1 minute 11.8. James on an out lap. Corey then 1:11.4. Whale on his way to the line, 1:10.8 goes P3 for the moment. Ferrari, that's Carsey starting his lap. So Rick James, Danny's still on an out lap. Mamo is furthest round, so here is Mamo down the back straight. And into chicane, nicely through the chicane, no worries about invalidating that time. Head to the line, 1 minute 10.6 puts in P2, strong first run. Bowden is round. Where is that? Is that just before the hairpin or just after it? I think it's just after. But odd to lose it there, especially on an in lap. That's a bit of a strange one from Bowden. As oh yeah, Danny's just started the lap. Okay, James has invalidated his first run. Carsey has invalidated his first run. So Danny, it is next then. 19.6 through first sector. That is actually purple by 5 thousandths. Down now, right, left. So it's so wrong, that chicane. When you coming out of that chicane over the curb, but you still got to keep getting the power down through that curb, and it feels wrong. Sector 2 for Danny. It's only a green sector, 22.268. I think Carlos is doing another run, by the way. He stayed out and he's doing another run. He's way up in the first sector. So Danny heads for the line, and it's P2, 1 minute 10.291. Let's go to James first. He heads down the straight. Out of there, I haven't got 111.1 from James. Carsey has backed out. Okay, his second sector wasn't great, but his first sector was a monster compared to the other drivers. He was 3.5 tenths up in sector 1 to the next fastest, so he was flying. But obviously something's gone wrong, and he's backed out that lap. So we've got a few guys now out on out laps. James, let's just double check. James, P6. Yeah, no, not improving. So he's definitely not going for another one. Who's the Alpine? He's on an out lap, so let's go with him. Oh, glitch. That cannot happen, mate. It cannot happen. We're going to be fine. Once you get about 5 or 6 laps in, you'll find you'll get yourself into a bit of a rhythm. And you'll be absolutely fine. So just under half a tenth up through sector 1 for Mackenzie. I'd like if you could get sort of into the mid 110s, something like that. That would be nice. But at the same time, as he's got accidentally put the wrong setup on, he's not going to sort of torture himself too much if he doesn't. Almost 2 attempts up through sector 2, which puts him on a 1:11.0, and would look ahead of James. And final corner. Oh, he adds a little tap on the wall of champions, and that's invalidated his lap. Now, if he doesn't hang about here, he's got plenty enough time to be able to get back to the pits, in and out again. As long as he don't hang about. Those are 7 tenths up through sector 2, but he's into the pits. Not happy. And nobody likes those that isn't happy. Oh, he's got to be happy. Eli at the moment lying in P1. Slightly up there through sector 1. Oh, bit of a lock-up going into the hairpin. Was just over a tenth up. And another half a tenth through sector 2, and just wonder how much will that lock-up hurt. I shouldn't think it would have lost him too much. Oh, he's going to give a whack on the Wall of Champions as well. And again, like we saw for Mackenzie, that has invalidated Eli's lap. And it will invalidate the next lap as well. And I don't think Eli will be taking any further part. I think that is... Unless he's got enough fuel to do the cooldown on the invalidated lap and then go again. Which I would have thought... well, in fact, I can actually tell you, there's actually, no, he's definitely not got enough fuel to do that. So, currently got 1.2 kilograms, so that will never do that. There's boy. On an out lap. If Carlos is going to take the pole this week, he's going to have to do it on one brilliant lap at the end. As I mentioned earlier on in Q1, it's not ideal for this track. It's so easy to invalidate round here. imagine even Carson will get a little bit nervy. Like one run. Very nice when you see the car coming out the pits as you cross. Nicely done that from Corey. Just come up to the end of sector 1. Just over half a tenth up. It's only a short sector, sector 1, about 20 seconds, as you saw there on your screen. On his way now up to the end of sector 2. Has he found any more? Yes! Nearly 4 attempts up. That's worth a couple of places to him already. It's more on offer if you can find the same sort of improvement through the final sector. Got to pick well for a lot of these drivers. Be a lot of time through the chicane. How much do they attack it? Corey attacks it nicely. He exits it nicely. I fancy it's been a good improvement. 1:11.1. He actually lost a bit of time through sector 3. I'm surprised at that. It lost him enough that he didn't actually get James in the end, but the sector looked good. I'm actually surprised he lost time through that sector. It looked good. Ammo on an outlap, who is the Paddy Zozas. He's also on an outlap. This is Bowden, who is nearly 2 tenths up, which is enough to get ahead of Mamo for P3. Looked good through the final chicane. Here he comes, 1:10.5, does indeed go P3. Ahead of Mamo. It's the Alpha, that is Danny, who's improving. Can he take provisional pole? He can, on a 1:10.1. This is Whale at the final corner. He looks on course to nip ahead of Mamo, and does into P4. And we've got James into the final chicane. Can he do? It's 1:11.0, P6 for James. Improves his time. And here comes Mackenzie. Oh, I missed car seat. Oh, good God. Mackenzie improves by 6 tenths up to P5. Carty has gone pole by 9 tenths of a second on a 1:09.2. Wow. Here comes Mamo. I don't know if he improved or not. I don't know if he improved. No, he's P7. I don't think he did. No, he was over 3.5 tenths down through sector 2, so I don't think he's improved at all. But 1:10.6 there has him in P7. But wow, is all you can say about Carty's lap there. Mainly not because he's taken pole by 9 tenths. We're used to seeing him do that sort of thing, to be quite honest with you. It's more the fact that he messed up the first run and had to do that in 1 attempt effectively. So that's what makes that so impressive. I mean, the 1:09.2 is not bad either. I said it was 7 attempts faster than my time trial. In a way, no one cares about that. Carcy starts P1, Danny P2, Eli 3, Bowden 4, Mackenzie in 5, Whale in 6, Mamo 7, James in 8, Corey 9, Ozers in 10. There are the incidents, just in case they are needed by the stewards. But I can't imagine they will be. But that is qualifying over. So congratulations to Carcy. Made it look easy in the end, although I suspect it was far from. And look at that. It is absolutely tipping down. So all I can see in the garage is blue tyres, so I think we're going to be on full wets for the race. But we'll confirm that in a bit when they come out in the formation lap. But for now, guys, as always, there is a sort of 5-minute break for the drivers, and therefore for me as well. So I'm just going to grab myself a coffee. I'll be back in a couple of minutes ready for the race. I will see you then. Right, guys. Okay. I is back. And just wait until an admin tells you. And should be very shortly. Looking for information at the moment, other than people saying they give up with Carsey. Looks like the go time will be 9:02, so we're getting there. Not long to go. Just get back to... Right, take P5 for wrong setup. Definitely Taylor. That's a great... Oh, glitch. Oh, dear. So getting knocked out of quality is cost you £500 because you bought stuff on Amazon or whatever. You do have a problem, definitely. Take P5 for wrong setup. I think that's a great result, Taylor. Fair play to you. JJ Reyes, never seen anyone's car stick to the track like Carsey. Mental grip and pace. Definitely, that rain came out of nowhere. Sun was splitting the trees 2 minutes ago. Moist, says Whale. Moist. Just wanted to make me say moist on the stream. That is clearly what he was doing. I do apologise to you all. That's our owner for you. Is very childish. Is Whale. Very childish indeed. Right then, we have 18 out of 19 drivers on the wet tyres. Yes, that is 18 out of 19 because one driver thinks the best idea is to start on intermediates, and that driver is the one, the only Ozers. So yeah, Ozers is on the intermediates, everybody else is on the full wets. We'll see if the one and only Ozers is right, or whether the 18 other drivers is right. We'll find out. But it could be a good strategy. I mean, clearly that is a sign to us that that we are expecting the track to dry up during this race. You wouldn't be doing it otherwise. So it's a gamble. It could be one that pays off. I mean, ultimately, full wets or inters, they're all going to have to pit at some stage. Neither of those tyres will do the full race on this year's game. So, in fact, the intermediate, I'm not too sure about the full wets. I'm not even sure if I've used them in a race yet. The full wets. I must have done it at some point, surely, but I can't remember using them. So the intermediate's definitely where super fast this year. Let me bring up the position changes that have just helped me with the start of the race. As we begin to line up, apologies coughing. We begin to line up, and hopefully the drivers have got the tyres up to temperature, at least as best they can. So it's Carsey, as we look, it's Carsey on pole position to the right of your screen. Danny second on the left of your screen. Behind Carsey is Eli, behind Danny is Bowden. Let's get the leads off so we can get a good picture. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights are on, 5 lights are out, and away we go. Carsey moves really well. All the top guys seem to actually. Bowden, I think, bogged down a little bit, and there's an Alpine that's going up the inside. I think that's Mackenzie's managing to get up the inside. Oh, Carsey's round! Carsey is round at the start, and he is going to drop to the very back by the looks of things. Well, he's in a battle here with Red Bull. It's, yeah, Darren. Why not? Darren could say he got to have a bit of a battle. I need to get the details back up, guys, because I can't see who's spinning and who's not. Bowden has spun as well, and he's lost a wing. Oh, goodness me. We've got a virtual safety car out, and I think that's probably clever from the race directors. As we got Darth Timms has managed to pick up a penalty there. Well, what's happened? So Danny and Eli are up to 1 and 2. Mackenzie in P3 is up a couple of places. Weld's up a couple of places to 4. Corey's had a dream start up 4 places to P5. Same for Brandon as well, up 7 places, P6. James is up the 1 to 7. Moomin up 3. Dark Mark up 3. Glitch is up 5 places to P10. Fabulous start from him. 3 place gain for Lego Lamb. 5 places from Monkeys also. Ozers on those intermediates has dropped 3 places. Darth Sims is up 5. Bolton is up 1. And then we've got Mamo, Carsey, and Bowden who've lost a lot of places. Darren where he started. But the virtual safety car has ended. And we are going again as something I think's happened to Moomin. Where is he? He's on the final corner. He's going around in the... I think on the exit of the chicane. Yellow flags are out. A couple of drivers in the pits. That is Mamo and Bowden. See, Bowden we saw had lost his front wing. I think these conditions, full wet conditions. Oh, goodness me. Careful, guys. I think they're finding these conditions very easy at all, as Glitch runs a bit deep into that corner, loses a couple of places, albeit one to his teammate. Clearly, very difficult start. Eli has picked up a penalty in P2. Glitch loses out now to Lego Lamb, although they're very tight. Oh, goodness me. I think Lego Lamb kept that going. He did seem to come across himself and into Glitch, who's just picked up 10 seconds for corner cutting and is out of the race. That's a virtual. That's a virtual. Oh, goodness me, guys. I don't know what's going on. There's too much going on. I can't keep up with this. What I can tell you is Uzas is absolutely hemorrhaging places on those intermediate tyres. It ain't worked. Oh, Moomin has got a drive-through. There is so much going on. I really can't keep up with this. This is just too much happening all at the same time. Brake button came unlinked, so the brakes didn't work. Oh, good God. We still have a virtual at the moment. Darth Timms has made a pit stop. Obviously, Moon's picked up a drive-through. As Danny enjoying a 2-second lead now. Obviously, with Carsey going around, that's given Danny the opportunity. Especially with Eli picking up a penalty as well. Let's give it to Mackenzie, who's doing an exceptional job at the moment. The extra downforce he put on by putting the extra setup, the wrong setup on, may, with these conditions, surely that may help him. Weirdly enough, as Whale goes through but runs deep into the corner, and Mackenzie gets a nice little switch back to regain P3. But they are still battling. In the end, Whale goes up on that one. I think Bandit's just had a bit of a problem down at the back. As penalties are coming up, left, right and centre, but there's 2 drive-throughs at the moment. Darren P managed to pick up a drive-through as well. Surely him and Moomin will both get in and serve them. You want them out of the way just in case a safety... Look, there's a safety car. Now, they were definitely in the pits in time. So this should serve their drive-throughs. I don't know what's happened to cause the safety car. I suspect there's front wings everywhere. But that has... Well, I mean, that was ideal. You can't... Look. It's complete luck, but that is completely ideal for Darren and Moomin, who have managed to serve their drive-throughs just before the safety car came out. That was close. But it's hectic, guys. It is hectic, as you'd expect, really. As you expect at Canada. As you expect at Canada, but with these conditions thrown in as well. Well, is anybody going to take the opportunity to pit? Does anybody think that they should pit to the Inters now? Actually, Ozer's started on his Inters, although he's pit actually. He's on 0 lap Inters, so he's actually pit to a fresh set. So sticking with that strategy. Now, what are the front guys going to do? They are in. Danny and Eli are both in. Mackenzie's in. That is Corey has gone round. Now, I suspect that Corey has done that because he would have double stacked. His teammate is Mackenzie, who was into the pits ahead of him. Oh, and it looks like Mackenzie's picked up 5 seconds for speeding into the pit lane. Yeah. So... Glitch leaves the session. So sorry, Glitch. It hasn't worked out for you. Unfortunately for Bowden, it's not worked out for him either, as he is out of the race. Controller is on route, so I can hardly stop in the wet as it is, let alone with my trigger decides to stop working. Well, yeah, that will do it, definitely. So, what do we have then? We have Dark Mark now into P2 with Corey leading. It's going to be interesting to see if these guys pit on their way back round. There wasn't any reason why Dark Mark didn't pit, actually. Now, say for Lego Lamb, I'm sure he was far enough behind well that they wouldn't have double stacked. At the moment, I've got to say that this track looks way too wet for the intermediate tyres. Look at the amount of puddles all over the track. It's way too wet. Absolutely way too wet. Clearly, we know it will dry up at some point because they won't be pitting to the Inters. So there's a little bit of a gamble in this. And those that are pitted to the Inters basically will want the safety car to stay out as many laps as possible. Right now, the rain still looks pretty hard to me. Right, I see, Taylor. Yeah, hopefully you've clipped it. But, well, there's a safety car in the way, isn't there? So I don't know if much can be done about it. I really don't know, if I'm honest. I can't imagine it. Yeah, you know, Dad, I can't imagine there's a lot that can be done because of the fact there's a safety car. I'd be amazed if this is the only one as well, Taylor, to be quite honest with you. And presumably you will have to serve it at some point, so... But in a way, I shouldn't worry too much about it, Taylor. Just carry on. It's too early in the race. A lot's going to happen yet. Little signs. I do think the rain seems a little bit lighter. So I think the track will begin to dry up. It's just, at the moment, there are puddles everywhere. So surely at the moment the full wets are the correct tyre to be on. The question is, how long will they be the right tyre to be on? And if the answer to that is not very long, then the correct thing therefore would have been to pit. But that said, it will depend how long for, because the guys that are still out on the wets, if this weather continues for, let's say, another 7 or 8 laps, then they should, theoretically therefore, be able to pit and go to the end after they've pitted. And all the guys that have gone to intermediates now, they will have to pit again. There's no way they're going 29, 30 laps on one set of intermediates. This year's game, they wear too fast, guys, so it's just not going to happen. Now the guys that are out there on full wet tyres are around the 13% mark on their tyre wear at the moment. we've got some pitters. Darren P, interestingly, has gone back to full wets. But Darth Timms and Eli both bring out... Oh, sorry, I think there's... Yeah, sorry. Oh, no, we are still under safety car, but the yellow flags aren't shown at the top left of my screen for some reason. I can see him on the track. I can see him waving on the track. I don't know what's flashing on the track, but I don't know why they've disappeared in the top left of my screen. In a way... Corey will lead us away, I think, at the end of this lap, although those guys that just pitted may struggle to catch up in time. They'll be open, it goes again. Corey maintaining quite a distance. So did I miss the sign, the race control coming up saying safety car in this lap? I must have done, because it wouldn't be letting them pit. What's happened to Eli? Eli's lost it out of the right left chicane and is retired on the safety car in lap. I can only assume he was starting to bomb it round to try and make sure he got onto the back of the safety car. Yeah, I can only assume that's what he's done. But Dark Mark comes into the pits then. He puts intermediates on. So here is the restart. This is Mackenzie up against Lego Lamb. Mackenzie on the inters. Side by side into the right, left chicane. We've got another safety car. We've got another safety car. And again, I've got no idea why. Is that a wingless car? No, there's a wing on that car. There's no retirements. Eli happened at the end of the last safety car. See if you spot any missing front wings, guys. Nope. Haven't found any yet. Darren P seems a long way off at the back. No, maybe he come into the pits again. Oh, I'm lost. I don't know. I have drive-through penalty for Darren P. There it is. There it is. It's Moomin. Moomin has lost his front wing. And that has caused our second full safety car of the day. We've had two full and two virtual as well, I believe. Interestingly. So, it's only lap 8. What more can happen? Apologies for this, guys, but it's the nature of the weather, I think. The weather is causing people these problems. It's not really what the guys wanted that stayed out, because they'd have wanted some sort of gap to appear before they were coming back in again, or, you know, making stops. Corey pits from the lead, exits P12. Darren P now gets 3 seconds. What's he up to? Safety car, buddy. Calm down. There is Moomin exiting the pits with a brand new front wing. And it shouldn't be long until him and those directly ahead of him are caught up to the back of the safety car. So it's going to be a short safety car this time, guys. I do think the removal of the wet time trial practice, you know, so we did loads of it when it was available, but we did use it, and I'm sure that the removal of that time trial must have had some effect and be causing some of this, because you just can't practice in the wet anymore. Well, I mean, you can. You know, you can go into Grand Prix and you can set up wet Grand Prix, so it's not as if you can't. It's just... we couldn't really be bothered to do it that much when you could do it on time trial. They're not going to be going in to create wet Grand Prix to practice, are they? So it's got a lot to answer for, the removal of that option. Darren is just coming onto the back of the safety car group now, and Movement will follow on right behind him, so that will mean the safety car will be in the end of this lap. And interestingly, we do still have one driver out on the full wets, and that one driver is Lego Lamb, who currently occupies P2. You can see there is an ad brake on at the moment. That's pretty well timed, actually, to be fair, because that's going to finish in time for the safety car coming in. So welcome back everybody from the ad break, and see the safety car is still with us. It will be in the end of this lap. In fact, there you go. That's the confirmation from race control. Safety car in the end of this lap, and hopefully this time, fingers crossed, touch wood, toes crossed, legs crossed, everything crossed while touching wood. But this time we may get going properly. So when will Danny go? Down straight, maybe? No, not yet. Now he goes, he goes. So away we go. I think Glitch should, sorry, not Glitch. I think Legoland should have pitted under that safety car, in all honesty. I think the track is now an intermediate track. As contacts happen further down again. Oh no, sorry, I got a bit excited. Corey and Mamo are into the pits. As Mackenzie makes a move for P2 and gets it. Whale gets past his teammate as well. Oh, that's getting a bit... It's looking like it's starting to get a bit optimistic from a few drivers there, but Lego, in all fairness, Lego did seem to lose it himself. So reverse off for that and spin yourself round. That's it. Lego, but yeah, I think he's just feeling the effects there of the fact that he should have pitted under that safety car. The yellow flags are out, but no safety cars at the moment, so Carsey has dropped down to P11, so something's happened to Carsey. Let's have a look. Appears to have his front wing intact. Could have been the spinning Aston might have put him off a bit, to be fair. But, yeah, let's go to one of our debutants here. We didn't get to see as much in qualifying as we would have liked of him, as he invalidated the final chicane on his final attempt to get through Q1. But in the race here, Bolton is up to P5. He is currently the highest of the new drivers this evening, so done very nicely indeed, and is just a second off of James ahead of him. In a nice position at the moment. Brannon also doing well, and in P7. Darth Timms is up to P9 as well, so the two McLarens doing okay at the moment. Fortunately for us, is that idea of starting on the intermediates just didn't pay off, unfortunately. He was dropping down the order too easily, and then of course with the safety cars this has enabled everybody else to switch to them as well, so see what he was trying to do, but in all honesty it looks like with the fact it's only just got to intermediate level, really I think that shows to us that it really did take too long. So let's get past Darth Timms, and does, and he is into P9 as he looks to recover after the turn 1 and 2 incident. I'm not sort of in between the two really, actually, where he spun, so fully catch it. I believe I called it on stream in that you guys might have seen it, but actually I was looking further back down the field, so I didn't actually see what happened. I thought he spun it himself, but it might have been a contact, I don't know. Just looking down the field, guys, Dark Mark in P8 has front wing damage. Now, as you can see on the car, he's got both end plates, so The damage must be very minimal indeed, but he does have front wing damage on that car. That's going to be the sort of damage that unless he switches on his MFD to yes to repair the wing, it won't do it, as it looks like there is a Haas in trouble. I think it's Moomin again. It is Moomin again. Oh, Moomin, what are you up to? What are you up to, Moomin? And he's missing a right end plate. It's going to be another front wing change for Moomin Rider. Oh, Moomin. Oh, Carsey. Not sure exactly what happened then. He seems to just be driving when we got to him, but I don't know whether something's happened under Brett. I don't know. But Ozers and Darth Tims are back ahead of him. So he's down to P11 now. I've never seen so many things happen to Carsey in one race. It's weird. It looks like Darren, I think, has had a moment down at the hairpin. Again, the front of the car all seems okay, so I think he's alright. Just carry on. So let's go to Ozers, who's right on the back of Darth Tims here. Some onboard footage going on. See, these conditions bring with them, as Carsey becomes the latest driver to pick up a time penalty. Yeah, sorry, I was going to say, these conditions bring with them the difficulty of overtaking, because as Carsey's making a move on Ozers, Corey having a look as well. Corey was leading the race not so long ago. It's incredible how it can change, isn't it? Here we go then, bit of a drag race going on down the back straight between Carsey and Darth Tims for P9. Ozers is involved as well. And it looks like Carsey, Ozers and Corey have all gotten past Darth Tims for P9, 10 and 11. Darth Tims down to 12. In fact, Darth Tims takes to the pits. So in he comes. Not entirely sure why. Oh, he's gone to slicks. Darth Tims, if you're going to slicks at this point, why have you gone to softs? Why would you go to softs at this point? Surely this would have been hards to the end, or even mediums to the end. Probably hards, but still very. I can't imagine that's the right choice, is it? I mean, if it is, it's an absolute masterstroke, but it can't be. It just can't be. It's too wet. Corey gets past Ozers for P10. On the small straight leading up to the right-left chicane. Monkey's making a move on Bolton. That's at the hairpin. Brannon there as well. And in fact, Dark Mark just behind as well. Looking to see if, any little mistakes can they pick up on. And to the inside goes Bolton as he looks to make the move back. Gets fully alongside before the final chicane and makes the move beautifully. Absolutely beautifully into the final chicane. But Monkeys isn't giving up. Monkeys he is now. He is now. That's brilliant from the two drivers. Beautiful side-by-side racing. And lovely to see from Debutant as well. Bolton. Monkeys as well. Superb from both of you. Well done, guys. Newman making a move there on Darth Tims, who I think, well, if you're losing a place to an intermediate driver, you're clearly struggling. Whereabouts about not to try to silly dive. He knows he's struggling at the moment on the wrong tyre, so lesser drivers would have tried a silly move there. Could have ended up costing both drivers their races, but oh, hang on, we got a little bit of ghosting going on there. Did you see that? And McLaren ghosted straight through the Williams then. McLaren Dark Mark, the Williams Brannon. Better that they ghosted than under contact, so usually means one of the drivers is probably lagging a bit. But in a way, Dark Mark gets the move done up to P7. He goes despite the slight front wing damage that he has. So it must be so slight. I wonder if he even realises he's got it, actually. James going along very nicely in P4 at the moment, no penalties. So even though he is in P4, the penalty that Well has would move him onto the podium. But Danny dominating 7 seconds ahead of Mackenzie. His Lego Lamb is in, and Mama was in. Mama has gone to the medium tyre. That will be to go to the end of this race. And Lego Lamb doing the same, but going to the hards instead. So just different choices there, but they have made the tough choice. Darren P in as well. He's gone to the medium tyre to go to the end of this race. Let's see what Danny does. He's in. He's in. Surely they will follow suit one after the other. I mean, Darth Timms is 3 seconds behind Moomin, but he is now beginning to gain. So I think these guys are making the call at the right time. I commentated a race on Sunday where I thought people were making the call to go to Inters at the right time. It turned out I was wrong, and it was the very last driver that changed it, got it right. And went on to win the race as well, actually, Bowden, who unfortunately we've lost tonight. But, well, there you go. There are some drivers that have carried on through. So Corey's carried on through. Now, Carsey has gone on through. James and Whale both continued on through. So, clearly there are some split opinions. Look at that track. That is dry. That is dry. They should be on the dry tyres. They must be overheating like mad right now. These intermediates. I'm just looking down. Mackenzie's 6 seconds back there. Yeah, look, Mackenzie was just over a second ahead of Whale, but when this all sort of comes out, it's going to be a much bigger gap than that. Where is Mackenzie? He's actually only just going onto the straight. He's had a little wobble out the straight, out the hairpin as well. Well, I think might have been stopped to serve a penalty then. So now he has gone. Where is? I can't find. Oh, Mackenzie's already gone through. Yeah, so look, so James has jumped Whale. Do you know what? Do you know what? Those guys that stayed out, James and Whale and that stayed out, absolutely made the right call. James is 1 second off of Mackenzie. If you remember, Whale was the driver that was behind Mackenzie, and he was 1.2 seconds behind on the straight. Now James is 1.5 behind basically now. Still getting those mediums up to temperature, and once he does, you fancy him having a chance to maybe get onto the back of Mackenzie. But those guys that stayed out made the right call. That included, of course, Carsey. He would not bet against getting back up to the podium, even at this point of the race. And picks up a further 3 seconds. And Carsey goes to the inside. A little bit of a lunge, to be honest. He wasn't really required to give him any room there, to be honest, but he's made it work, Carsey, and up into P6 he goes. And following him through is Brannan. He gets past Monkeys as well. Remember, from qualifying, Monkeys is the driver. No, he's not the driver that put on the wrong setup. That was Mackenzie, wasn't it? Mackenzie's running in P2, despite having put on the wrong setup. He's flying towards driver of the day at the moment, in my opinion. And Danny, of course. I couldn't possibly take Danny out of that equation. Alton, Carsey, trying to get through. No real rush for him to do anything now. He is going to get an opportunity with PRS here, but probably better served waiting for the long straight, in all fairness. And as you can see, he doesn't use any energy. He's not really interested in trying to make the move there. Bolton already down to 17% on his ERS, whereas Kersey in the 50s. This should be as easy an overtake as you're likely to see. Down the back straight. Here he goes. ERS now. Just to the inside. He's now fully alongside the Mercedes, which means he is entitled to the room. And there we go. Move executed correctly and nicely that time from Kersey. The previous one we saw from him on Bolton I thought was a bit of a lunge, to be honest. But, sorry, not on Bolton. What am I talking about? What was it on Bolton? I can't remember now. I've lost count. No, it's on Monkeys, I think. But yeah, but that one was a good one. Meanwhile, for the podium spots, the top 4 drivers now are penalty free. They will not fancy the fact that Kersey has now appeared as the driver directly behind him, even if he is 3 seconds back with a penalty. Still lots of laps left. So as Brannan gets hold of Bolton, we've got 2 of the debutant drivers. Oh, Bolton just outbraked himself slightly there. Managed to avoid Brannan. Monkey's trying to take advantage but didn't manage to get past. Someone set fastest lap then. Was that Taylor, I think, wasn't it? Or was it Danny? No, it's Danny. 1:13.8. 1:8. RC then sets fastest lap 1:12.7, so 1 full second faster than anybody else on track on that lap. Once he finally got some clear air. And that driver directly ahead of us is Mr. Whale. What's the boss? Kersey being an admin, and he is actually Kersey's boss. Brannan then. Can he do anything on the straight maybe about Bolton? But these 2 debutants having a good little battle here. Giving us some entertainment. Both very low on energy, as you see 6% with Brannan that we're on board with, but Bolton flashing away in front of us as well. Monkeys behind them, not much left either. So Corey catching up to him. There's more. He's in the mid-20s, going up to 30s actually, braking for turn 1. So this battle, a good one. James, by the way, has gotten to the back of Monkey, so we will go to that. Mackenzie. I keep getting Monkeys and Mackenzie mixed up. Just want to see this little straight here. Is Brannan going to have a little look here, or really wait for the main straight? Going to wait for the main straight by the looks of things. Oh, getting out of shape. I think that might have been a little bit of lag rather than Brannan actually getting out of shape. Although he has dropped back a bit, to be fair, so perhaps he did get out of shape there. Anyway, 4P2 goes James. Flies through. Those mediums working really nice at the moment, but there is still, as they cross the line, lap 24 of 35, so 12 laps remaining. That is including this one. There's a lot of laps for the medium tyres, so that's Darren in the Red Bull being lapped there. That was Monkeys getting past Brannan, so Bolton now P6, Monkeys into P7 and Brannan P8. Still very much on the back of Monkeys at the moment. He starts flashing away. I can imagine what's going through Corey's mind at the moment as he catches onto the back of them. Nothing bad had begun through his mind because ultimately all three of the drivers ahead have got penalties, so that's 3 spots he's got simply by sitting on the back. That Brannan, that's way too late. That is a full-on lunge from Brannan, that one. That was not a good overtake whatsoever. And Monkeys looks set to come back at him. Oh dear. I can see this ending in tears. Thank goodness Monkeys thought better of that. But that was a full-on lunge, that one, I'm afraid, from Brannan. He might have just missed his brakes and ended up going for it because of that, but that was not a good example of an overtake, and that is not a good one either. Oh no! Monkeys has ended up round. Is that Corey has ended up involved in that as well? And I'm afraid, as I think did Hosers end up tangled there as well? I'm sorry to say that was caused, in my opinion, by Brannan for a very poor overtake into turn 1. So, there we go. These things, of course, will all be investigated after the race, but here comes Mackenzie, looking to get back at James. Back to P2. He's got it done way before the break-in for the chicane. That is Carsey behind, by the way, who at some point got ahead of Whale. I missed that completely, but he's gotten ahead of Whale and he's zoning in on a potential podium. But as I say, don't forget, he's got to get past both of these drivers. And he's got to get away as well. I'm sure his penalty's in 3 seconds, so... Yellow flags are out. No idea what for. Actually, I think the Red Bull with Darren's in that group there. So I think he's probably causing them by trying to get out of people's way, to be fair to him. So... yeah, I think that's all it was. I don't think there was any actual incident. So here we go, in a way, this is the battle then for P2 ultimately. Question here isn't... we know Carsey's going to be the fastest of these 3 drivers. No offence to Mackenzie or James. Carsey's just exceptional, but James would love to get this done. Nicely done from James around the outside into turn 1. Carsey looking to see if he can take any advantage of that, but no, Taylor defends off nicely. And that's what James wants now. James is now saying, right, Taylor, you do the job. You hold him back for as long as you possibly can. He'll also be hoping, James, of course, that Mackenzie's efforts to defend Carsey here may give him the opportunity to get over a second up the road. Carsey up the inside of Mackenzie at the hairpin. Obviously James won't want to see that. The lights have just ticked off a few laps just to make it difficult for Carsey to be able to get away. Carsey to the inside at turn 1 and through with ease. Now they'll be saying, oh, can we keep him in the 3 seconds? Can we keep him in the 3 seconds? But it's going to be extremely difficult from here. The end of this lap, we'll see 7 laps remaining, so it's a long way to go. So hold Carsey within 3 seconds of you. Right, so have we got any other little battles going on anywhere? Can't see anything at the moment. Oh yes, there is actually. Dark Mark is on the back of Bolton. Darth Timms picks up a further penalty. But Mackenzie's gotten past James one more time. You would think at some point his hards will become good, and probably too good for James at some point. But when that will be, I'm not 100% sure. Let's have a quick look on the app actually and see. So at the moment, well, forget that idea because well, the best ones I can give you guys, because I can see both of them. Danny is on the hards, Carsey is on the mediums. They are both on the identical amount of wear. They are both wearing at the exact same rate, the hards and the mediums. We noticed this last night. In fact, we noticed last night that at Bahrain, the hards were wearing faster than the mediums. So I don't know if this is something which has started happening since the update, that they've messed something up or what, I don't know. Corey trying to get through the field. Remember, Corey was penalty free, because I said about the free ahead having penalties, but he has picked up a penalty since, but he's going to get a run on Bolton down. Oh, Bolton runs a bit wide in the hairpin. That's just going to make things even easier for Corey. Nicely done from Bolton, though. He left loads of room. I've liked Bolton's racing during this race, I have to say. From what I've seen, if he has made any mistakes, it's been off camera. Oh, not able. Even with the DRS, was not able to do anything. Is he going to get a chance here? Bolton's going to make him do it to the outside of turn 1. Really squeezes Corey over, but was perfectly fair. Did leave enough room, so it was perfectly fair. Oh, Corey, careful. In the end, Corey gets through, but there was a bit of wheel banging going on. It looked like Corey moved over towards Bolton to me, but yeah, quite often these things that I see on stream and I commentate on, and then I see him as a steward in some leagues that when I see him in a steward's room they look completely different, so I don't think that would go to stewards in a way, to be quite honest with you. It's back mark to the inside of Bolton. He just seems to be struggling a bit, doesn't he? I don't know whether the tyres are maybe giving him on him. Obviously I can't see here, he's been a new driver, they've not been asked to open up their telemetry. As we have a VSC, and that is the other McLaren. It's Darth Sims is out. We are just coming up onto him with Carsey, but he's disappeared, but he was just round here. I think the reason we've got away with a virtual safety car on that instead of a full safety car, we haven't got away with a virtual safety car. It clearly says virtual safety car in the top left, but there was clearly a safety car on track, so it's definitely a full safety car. Oh, this game's amazing, isn't it? What on earth is going on? See quite clearly in the top left hand side of my screen, guys, it is still saying virtual safety car, but it's clearly a full safety car out on track. Where is Danny? Danny is just here. He's heading into the pits. He had absolutely nothing to think about, of course, Danny, because he's got the gap to Carsey the pit and come out ahead of him in a way. So just an easy decision for him. Not such an easy decision for Carsey, because he will lose places by pitting if others decide to stay out. Taylor goes in. James follows him in. Whale in as well. Nobody taking the gamble, despite being so late in the race. See, it still says virtual safety car in the top left, but Danny is behind the safety car now, so he has picked up the safety car properly. No, nobody's sort of taking a risk and staying out. Everybody is in. So who's this hurt? Well, I guess actually it's hurt. Well, let's go the other way. It's easier to say it the other way. It's helped anybody who was penalty free, because it's so late in a race that they're not going to be able to pull the gaps out now. So if anybody's got a chance that they could pull a gap out, it'd be Carsey, of course, but going to be difficult even for him. As you can see, 3 seconds for Carsey, 3 seconds for Mackenzie. Oh, Brannan's is going to hurt him. He's got 11 seconds. Potentially could pit to serve 5 of those, but that would obviously hurt him position-wise as well. So, not sure really, Brannan. I think you should serve it. I think you should come in and serve it, because there's a couple of drivers in that group behind that have got 9 seconds, and one driver with 8 seconds, another driver at the back with 9 seconds, will lose a lap down, so I don't need to worry about him. Oh, finally it changed to safety car, look, in the top left. Remarkable. Remember, we must have 2 clear laps of racing, so lap 34 and 35 will be clear. Lap 33 is the latest that the safety car can come in. And lap 33 is the lap we are on, so the safety car will be in the end of this lap, regardless of whether people catch it or not. So the likes of Moomin and Lego need to get a move on, because they have got a long, long way to catch up. The driver directly ahead of them is Darren, who's a lap down actually, so not so important for him. But, well, Lego Lamb's come into the pits. He's got a 5-second penalty in it, because he's got 8 there, look, so he must have a 5-second penalty to be able to have 8, so he's coming in to serve that, but the problem is, he's not going to... Surely he's not going to be able to get back round. I don't know if this is actually helping him, because I can't see how he's going to get back round. The safety car is on its way to the hairpin already. And he's going to have to absolutely bomb it round. Same as Moomin needs to do, but the problem for Moomin, he needs Darren to realise that this safety car is going to come in. He needs Darren to speed up. They're not far off. Safety car is in this lap, as it's confirmed. We'll go to the leaders now. They're just coming out the hairpin, Darren and Moomin, so Moomin will be like, come on, I'm penalty free. I need to get onto the back of this group. They're almost on the back, but unfortunately for Lego Lamb, like I suggested, I couldn't see him. Danny goes, he did go late, so well past the chicane. Danny is gone, but Brannan gained a position on the restart there on Whale, and he's battling the back here of James by the looks of things. So, trying to keep an eye through the field. There's Brannan, careful! James ends up sideways and drops a little bit. He's going to be fuming. Oh, I'm usually in a party with James for races. I know what words are going to be coming out his mouth right now. And they are definitely not sayable on air, guys. He's going to be fuming. Whale gets ahead of Brannan just before chicane. So Whale into P4, chasing after Carsey and Mackenzie. Oh, James is going to be fuming. He's got a guy's 11 seconds penalty. This just made him have an half spin to lose any chance of a podium. He was absolutely on for a podium. So we are on the last lap, guys, so here we go. I think James will get a couple of places back, one off of Corey, one off of Brannan. I think that will be it, so he's probably going to end up in P6. So he's going to be fuming. Oh, Whale! Whale, Whale, Whale! Burn it! Burn it, burn it, burn it! He's got Mackenzie, will be getting a distant toe off of Carsey. But he doesn't have the energy, and Whale is able to reduce the gap on the straight. It's really tight to the line. Danny wins in Canada. Carsey P2. Whale does get promoted to P3 ahead of Mackenzie, but Mackenzie's had an absolutely superb race. If Mackenzie was penalty free, I would give him driver of the day, but unfortunately, Mackenzie, you're not, so I can't give it to you. But a special mention for you, absolutely 100% a special mention for you, considering you don't have your correct setup on. Well, okay, guys. So, anyway, congratulations to Danny, who takes victory. Carsey just nicked the fastest lap at the end there by 100th of a second. I saw that nip up on the screen as they crossed the line. Whale comes across for P3. We'll speak to those guys in just a second. Mackenzie P4, Dartmark P5, Corey 6, Ozers 7. Well done, Ozers. Nicely done, and Corey. Dartmark as well. Fantastic job, guys. Well done. Moomin in the end ended up P8 from being penalty free. Mamo P9, James P10. Oh, James must have picked up a penalty right at the death. Brannon dropped to P11, Bolton P12, Monkeys 13, Legoland 14. Darren P did finish the race and finished P15, so well done, Darren, for sticking with it. Darth Timms, Eli, Bowden, and Glitch, unfortunately, were DNFs today, but we will get Danny Carsey and, can you believe it, the one and only Whale in for a quick chat. Let's get him in. Here they come. Right, actually, I think I need to include the party audio. There we go. You should be able to tick your boxes now, guys. Lovely. Is Danny here as well? Danny?
Yeah.
There he is. Excellent. Right, okay, I will talk to Whale first. So P3 down to P1. Whale, congratulations, podium in the end. No, you did well. Look, you stuck with it. You stayed penalty free. You were always up there, somewhere there and about. So, fair play to you. I know. I know James is going to be fuming right now. So I saw it on stream. So I'm glad I wasn't in the chat, because that would not be.
It is not.
He was fairly angry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, but anyway, from your point of view, Manny, obviously that means you've ended up on the podium, but ultimately take us through your race, because it was a very strong race, and you are my driver of the day as well, by the way. So congratulations on that.
We said it.
Come on.
I can't not give it to you. I think actually Taylor deserves it, but he had a penalty.
Yeah.
So
James deserves it as well.
He does.
That's so bad for him, man.
But he also had a penalty. He got one right at the end. So yeah.
Oh, did he?
He did. Yeah. Probably in anger. But
yes.
Anyway, as I say, take us through your race, buddy.
So much happened. I don't know how. Honestly, how I've ended up third, I have no idea. Had a good start. Got round through Carsey at turn 1, which is always nice. And then about 18 safety cars, and then when it dried up, I was sort of on my own for 20 odd laps, and then the safety car at the end.
Yeah. Always nice
Brought
to
it
get a
back up,
safety
and
car
then
when you ain't got a penalty, especially here.
yeah, I had one warning as well, which is pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, very nice.
But yeah, I really don't feel like I should be here.
Oh, you should be.
I
No,
mean,
you
yeah,
deserve it. As, you know, as I say, you stay penalty free. You've driven your race.
yeah,
Even if that didn't happen at the end, you'd have been you'd have gotten ahead of
fourth or
Brannon in a
fifth,
way.
yeah.
So I think you'd have been fourth in a way. So, or maybe fifth. Taylor might have stayed ahead of you with the extra car between you. But yeah, it was close at the end though. When you were coming round
It
the
was
hairpin, it went to about 3.1 seconds when you come around the hairpin. But you had energy to burn. He didn't. So you gained about 4 tenths down the straight.
Yeah, it was had a lad with a lot of penalties, shall we say?
Yeah.
Dive-bombers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why am I
wasn't
heading into qualifying one again? I don't want to go into qualifying one.
not doing it again.
Did you just get that car C? Did you just get put into qualifying one car C?
The lobby was open up to randoms. So,
Oh, did I?
if you didn't leave,
No,
you're
I'm
in
in
a
my
lobby
lobby.
now.
I'm in
I've
my
left it
lobby,
now.
apparently.
Okay. Right. Okay. Well, congratulations as well for the podium.
Thank you.
Your second podium in WAOF1, I believe. So, congratulations.
Second this season.
Second this season. Sorry. How many is it overall? 3.
Nah, 6, 7.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, I
I
told
can
you
work.
that many times.
Hang on,
Oh,
I can work it out. Have a
I'm
look.
sure you can.
Give me 5 minutes.
No,
Ask me at
all
the
right.
end.
Oh, yeah, no, all right. You find out what race is next, okay? Right, Car C.
I know that already.
Hello.
Okay. Car C, congratulations on recovering back to P2. One or
Thank
two
you.
dodgy moves
Wait,
as
so
you were
someone's
coming
at my
through,
door.
by
They
the
keep
way.
knocking. Hello. I'm mid-interview, Mum. No, you're okay. You're okay.
Hi, Mum.
Ellie says hi. Love you too, Mum. Good night. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll bring it to work.
Oh, he loves his mum. Oh,
Right, sorry, where were we?
oh, so cute.
She's so proud of me, guys.
I can't. I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Yeah, no. Oh, what did I say? Yeah, congratulations. A good fight back to get back onto the podium. Wasn't really made any easier by the safety cars. There was one point I think you had to get past the group, which once you'd done it, you were about 7 seconds behind the car in front. So I guess it helps at that point.
Yeah.
But overall, they weren't that helpful because it just bunched things up again and made it harder. But I will say there was one or two iffy moves on your way through Car C. So I'm just
Who
going to
was
put
that
that out
on
there.
Me?
I can't remember. It was
Yeah,
yeah.
we
See,
No,
see.
I rear locked my tires and just half spun into him when I
No,
was
in all
next to him.
fairness, I didn't see that one. I didn't see you get past well. So, but
I thought that was the only
I can't
dodgy one.
remember.
I can't think of
Nah,
anything else.
there's a bit of a dive bomb at the hairpin on one of the new drivers, but he was quite a way back. To be fair, in a way, I don't want to dwell on that. I want to dwell on the good part of actually getting back to a P2. After an astonishing quali lap, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
109.2. When you've already invalidated your first run in Q3 and buggered that right up, and then you've got one go at it, and you just you're not able to have this idea of doing you could have literally done a safe lap. I mean, you took pole by 8 temps, I think it was, or 9 temps. So you could have literally done a safe, little jog around the park sort of lap. But no, Christy adds to a 109.2 with that one lap. But anyway, take us through your race, take us through it all instead of me just chatting on.
Yeah, the quali lap, it shouldn't have been. It was a really, really good lap. Like, it beat my time trial, so I was really happy with it. But it shouldn't have been pulled by that much because I know Danny must have messed up to get a 110.1. So, but yeah, I was still really happy with it. Then the race, oh God, that was so much fun. That race, I was just laughing the whole time. To be honest with you. Turn one, I was like, 55 brake bias will be enough. And then, like, this millisecond I touched the brakes, my car just spun completely from rear lock-in. So 55 wasn't good. So I turned up to 56, and I was making my way through the field, and then I got to the hairpin and I broke, and then I spun again from rear locking. So I was like, okay, 56 isn't good either. And then I reached the sweet spot in the wet at 57, but it was just a case of I suppose just avoiding incidents, to be honest with you, because I had a wet
Yeah.
setup on, so I had no straight line speed, which is why I probably had to do a couple of dives into the hairpin.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so much fun for sure.
Yeah.
My first my 3 second penalty, all three of the warnings were from just me like spinning and going off.
Oops.
But then I got like 2 after that from actually cutting corners. So there's no point in me getting it removed. I'm second anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah, it was really good fun. But there's not much else to say. We were saying in the party that Danny's probably just sitting thinking, yeah, not much happening in this race. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
there's World War III happening behind him. It was fantastic. Yeah, it was
Pretty
good fun.
much, yeah. I mean, there was at the start in the rain. I couldn't keep up. There was I couldn't. But by the time I moved
I hope
to
you
where
enjoyed it
something's
like it was
happened,
mental.
it was just yeah.
Oh, dear.
I didn't. I think I've got your spin on stream at the start. I must have because I would have seen it, but I didn't actually see it myself. I was looking further down the order, so I looked back up and all of a sudden there was a Ferrari facing the wrong way. I was like,
I have a
Yeah.
good view of it. I have a very good view of it. Wild Castle just
Literally,
appeared.
I barely touched the brakes in the second I put any pressure. The car just spun so quickly. It was
Wow.
ridiculous. Yeah, that was my first time ever doing full wet, so I had no idea what brake bias to go with. But clearly, 55 was not correct.
Yeah. No, I must admit, I said down comments, I don't think I've used the full wet yet on this game. If I have, I can't remember doing it anyway. So
Neither's Ozzy.
yeah, yeah. No,
He still hasn't
still
after
hasn't.
this race.
He
Yeah.
still hasn't. Like, oh god.
I only used the 4 sets intermediate tires today.
I was like 18 drivers might have this right, or the one and only Ozers might have it right by starting on the intermediates. But I was looking at the track, thinking I can literally see about 30 puddles just on the one screen. Like, this is not intermediate weather, man. Yeah, but he was definitely dropping. The safety cars helped him really, because I think he would have just dropped down to the back and sort of ended up quite far off. But yeah. In a way, we come to Danny, our eventual winner, and walk in the park, Danny, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, with a Wild Castle, it was pretty easy. Uh, yeah, I mean, it's just like the same weekend, like every week. Like, quali, I don't know what's going on with my quali pace. Like, before the session, I'm always pretty decent. I get some laps together, and then in the session itself, I'm just like half a second off every time. And that has been like the same thing like every week now, and I really don't know what to do about it. That was literally the only thing not going my way in the race. I made the right decision every time. So yeah, obviously I had quite an easy walk when everybody was killing themselves in the background. So I was just like, all right, yeah, sit back, lean back, and yeah, drive to the
I
end.
guess that last late safety car, if the gap was reasonably small, that would have been a difficult call to make as to whether to pit or not. But the fact that you had the gap to be able to just pit and come out again was obviously made it very easy. But yeah,
I think I was thinking about pitting anyway, even if there was no safety car, because
such was
just
my
for
gap.
soft. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean the gap was like 17 seconds and would have been very close, but I got like my second warning sometime in that stint when I was thinking about it and I was like, well, now it's gonna be very difficult if I pit again and then push and then I get a penalty, and I didn't know if Kasi can like obviously appeal his penalty because he was obviously in the midfield overtaking people, and obviously there can be like some pushing and going off track here and there, so I wasn't sure how valid that penalty is. So yeah, I tried to make it obviously at the end, tried to win it on track, which was not easy because I mean I couldn't push that much because I was just so scared to invalidate.
Yeah. But then ultimately that was probably the right thing to do. You still got P2, in the quality, and Kasi makes a mistake, you end up flying on through. I mean, the lead was ridiculous, but I don't know. It must have been strange because you must have been going around, especially with the weather changes and all that, thinking it's great having all this lead and all that, but you must know there's going to be a safety car. It's just going to
Oh, before the
obliterate it.
race started, I was like, there's gonna be 5 safety cars, and I called it like there was 5 safety cars.
Yeah,
And I also said there's gonna be a safety car 2 laps before the race finished, and that was right again because we had it like the 4 last week, so it's
Yeah.
just like it's a trending theme right now.
yeah,
Which is obviously a bit of a shame because this is like the safety car I hate the most, literally at the end. So like, yeah,
yeah.
it is what it is.
Absolutely. But yeah, well done on sticking out there and staying penalty free and taking the victory. Not a lot more to say about that, mate. Really, you turned up, you did your job, and you're gonna.
Yeah, I'm
have
really
some
happy. I
points,
didn't
so-
expect it with Canada. I was expecting to have some spins and a massive amount of penalties, so I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. Carson nicked the fastest lap off you right at the death by 100th of a second. So
I mean, he could have gone
Um,
faster. He was right on my rear end.
Well, it just shows if I didn't spin at the start, I'd have been 100 faster than him every lap. So
yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Easy.
everyone's been saying for years I'm 100 faster than Danny.
Yeah.
That's it. So, right, guys. Well, thank you very much for coming and have a chat with me. Whale, you've had about an hour to work out what track's next. So,
Qatar.
Oh yes!
Qatar.
Oh, I love
Now
it.
the
Is that
stuff
on
you get,
Thursday?
the stuff you get stuck in your throat.
Yep,
Makes you cough.
that's the one.
Yeah. Qatar. Well, we're driving out on Thursday. Yeah. So,
Oh, okay. I
Um,
thought we had always reversed calendar, so I was
well, we
confused.
did. So, what's happened here then? Because we're not at the halfway point of the season, are we?
Yeah, we also don't have France on Thursday, so what's happened here? Hello?
Yeah. What's
God,
happened?
I could
Best
only
track?
hope.
Is this
I could
because
The
only
best
France
hope.
track
is-
is not there. Holy shit.
Yeah. What's going on? I'm sure. I swear we did Qatar back in the round 5 or something. Round 4 or 5.
You have to check with the boss. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I thought you were the boss.
Ah, shit. I don't know.
Right.
You have to check with
Oh,
God
sorry.
himself.
Hang
Only
on.
he knows.
Hang on. Let's have a look. Look. Stuart calendar. Gilles Villeneuve. It says Le Sail.
Yeah, it's
Qatar.
Qatar.
You're right, it does say that. I swear to God, I swear we did it earlier in the season. Did we maybe swap 2 tracks around or something?
It's also a sprint. Are you serious?
Yeah, our quali times are going to be insane because quali for sprint races is about half a second faster at Qatar, so we'll be getting into like the mid 19s.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
right.
are.
Yeah. Yeah, you will be. I can't wait for Thursday. I'm going to be on about 122, I think. My practice is not going well.
Is
for
Thursday
Qatar
a
at
sprint?
all.
Yeah, first is also Qatar.
It's Qatar, but I don't think it's a
I don't
sprint,
think it's
no.
a sprint. No,
It's
I don't.
quali. All right, then, guys. Well, we will be here for that for next week. Don't forget Thursday's stream as well. We have a brand new streamer for the Thursday division, so Ozers will now be looking if there's space to get on the track. I'm not sure why he don't want to do the streaming anymore, but it's good to have him on track in a way. Dark Mark will be taking over the Thursday stream. Hopefully for the long term, as he's looking to get back into streaming again and commentating and that. So that's great news. Obviously sad to not see Ozers doing it, but perhaps he'll make a little guest appearance every now and again. You never know. But there we go. I personally will be back for comms on Friday night for PRF1. So come and join me for that at 8:30 on Friday. Other than that, guys, we will see you next week. But don't forget to join Dark Mark on Thursday for Qatar in the Thursday division, and support that little known driver called Hilly. So, anyway,
Oh, the goat.
the goat Hilly. Not because he's not called that 'cause he's good. He's called that 'cause he's ugly. But there we go. Anyway, good night, good bless. Have a lovely rest of your weeks.